Hello, everybody. My name is Dion Morales, your host of the Gold Squadron podcast. We're coming to you live from Gold Squadron Flight Club. Yes, it is Saturday, not quite morning anymore. We're in the afternoon, but we start here. We stream every Monday, Wednesday, and Saturday. One of these times have to work for you, so hopefully you can tune in. And if you're watching on YouTube, you have missed out on a bunch of giveaways we've done. We do giveaways all the time. You can't win them on YouTube. It's a Twitch exclusive giveaways. Come on over. And there's some people in our chat right now who were YouTube only people, and now they've joined the true fam. So join us Monday, Wednesdays, and Saturdays. Now, our list building rules for today. Ship showcase. Each player must use 101 points of the designated ship. And in this matchup, Lazar was given the TIE Brute and Drew was given the V-Wing. They have to have at least 2 different ship types in their list, so that you can't just spam the ship that you were given. You can't just like have taken 4 type routes. I want a little bit of variation, something more, something that varies, right? It's like something more realistic of what you see, some type of combined arms in that list. And as I go ahead and open up Choose Your Champion, I am joined by
Kenneth Lyon.
All right, Kenneth, tell the people a little bit about yourself. Where do you play? How long you've been playing? And then we'll go ahead and break down those lists.
I am from San Jose, California, where it is in fact still morning, although just barely. Been playing like off and on since first edition, mostly off, especially after it started getting really bad toward the end. Mm-hmm. Got back into second edition around the time the Republic and Separatists launched, and the Republic has become one of my favorite factions. I say one of, it's my favorite faction.
One of, by which I mean yes.
Yeah. One of, by which I mean correct. And most of my second edition experience has been, I love this game. Maybe I'll go to a tournament one day. COVID happened. Well, GSP's putting on tournaments. Let's go there. And here I am.
Boom. You are here. You have arrived. All right, my friend. Let's go ahead and break down those lists, Kenneth.
All right. On the left, we have Lazar, and a last name I really don't want to pronounce to avoid offending people.
Slavkovic-Raco.
Thank you. With 2 Onyx Squadron sentries with Ruthless synced laser cannons, hull upgrade, and a target assist astromech or config, along with Light and Dree with synced lasers, a shield upgrade, a hull upgrade, and a target assist. And the rare Duchess without Fifth Brother, having only Ruthless thermal detonators and delayed fuses. On the other side, we have Drew Farron with Obi-Wan Kenobi, R7A7, and CLT. R7A7 is the hit to crit droid, if I recall correct. Mm-hmm. And then 4 Loyalist Volunteers, the I2 generic V-Wings with the Alpha 3B Besh, the, as Will Hagewood likes to call it, the Lock Optics config, as well as a Gold Squadron Trooper with Thread Tracers.
So looking into this matchup right now, as people are choosing their champion, who do you? I know that you're Republic. You have a Republic heart, but who do you think has the advantage in this matchup?
Well, I believe I saw Duchess move first, and that immediately makes me say Obi-Wan's going to wreck that. But like V-Wings without rerolls. Outside of the thread tracers, because I'm assuming they're just going to move focus and then take their locks from the tracers on the torrent. Mm-hmm. In my experience, they tend to fall apart because you want to use that Besh lock to convert, but then if you focus blank or double blank, you have to spend it and don't have the Besh lock. Versus the 9 health, or in Lighten's case, 10 health TIE Brutes, and only 2 dice, mostly single modded. I think it can go either way. The initiative advantage definitely favors the Brutes despite Obi-Wan moving last, because they can sync laser 1, maybe 2 of the V-Wings down, or that torrent and prevent the tracers altogether. and that would be just devastating for the Republic.
All righty. Well, we want to see what ends up happening here. If I look at the betting right now, betting is still open for about 4 more minutes. We got almost 300,000 points in the pot right now. The betting is pretty even. It's leaning a little bit towards Republic, but right now pretty even. If you're looking for the quote unquote underdog, technically the Republic is just under at 45% to the Empire's 55%. You can see right there, Obi-Wan Kenobi tried to grab a lock, and Duchess just out of range 3. By the way, I have to take a second and give a shout out to my man Tad Wesley out of Indiana. I'm not sure if Tad is watching right now, but Tad was able to track down. I had been asking to see if somebody could find me 2 of the 2 new in box FFG mats, like the plain Starfields, and he found them. All right, he found them. And they're being shipped to me now. Tad, I just sent you the shipping label for it. Super excited about that. It's going to be for our GSP new physical table that we're going to have in the studio. Super excited about that. So, Tad, you'll always know that those mats got there because you. All right, now looking at the approach here. So the Brutes sticking to the bottom of the board here. Do you think are we just kind of do-si-do? Who do you think is going to be the first group to actually turn in?
Well, given where that big asteroid is by those Brutes, I think it's probably the V-Wings, just because the Brutes have to get either in front of and then turn in. Mm-hmm. And the V-Wings just have a gas cloud there. Who really cares? You're not engaging when you go through it.
Right.
But I think mostly like Obi-Wan's probably just 5 forward boost focus, trying to catch Duchess there. And I think that's probably going to be where the first turn, maybe 2 of engagement, is Obi-Wan chasing Duchess. Is that Lighten at the bottom, the green one? Yeah, Lighten may turn in early to try to cover Duchess with the sync lasers.
Warrior Maple asking why the delayed fuses on Duchess. Well, she has thermal detonators. She's got thermal detonators. She can drop 2 of those bombs a turn, and putting the delayed fuses on there allows it so that bomb waits around for an extra turn, especially with those V-Wings coming down the board, or even just Obi-Wan coming down. It just adds an extra layer of threat there.
It seems like Duchess is dropping those now in order to stop what I said was going to happen, which is the 5 forward. Mm-hmm. Try to ward Obi-Wan off with some bombs.
So don't you dare. If you follow this tail, you're going to get wrecked. All right. Now, for anybody who is getting into TTS right there, for the thermal detonators right now, you do need to go ahead and take one of the bomb droppers on the side of the table and equip that to your ship, because the 2 straight, if you want to end up using that 2 straight out the back from the thermal detonator ability, it's not on the naturally spawned bomb dropper, just for future.
Yeah, it looks like we're getting a turn in here from the back rank of V-Wings.
All right, then are we? It's a little surprising to see it this early, man. I guess then that we're probably going to get the front rank, the green and the red ones, to turn in next turn.
Probably. Like, I'd expect a 2 forward from the back rank, or what was the back rank. Maybe a 2 turn followed by a boost. Try to get back close to a formation. Mm-hmm. Or maybe they're just trying to split that middle gas cloud and force the Brutes to choose.
Now, Lazar taking this 1 bank, 3 straight approach. Yeah, I like the barrel roll. I was hoping that we get a little reposition there, because the next turn would have been a little bit difficult. Obi-Wan only taking the 1 left bank, didn't end up gunning in. Actually remembered the bombs. This is good. I will tell you, that's something, when you have a ship like a TIE Striker that or a ship that you don't necessarily equate to be a bomb dropper, or at least not very common. Because I look at Duchess, and for me, she's more of an ace. But you got to remember those bombs.
Yeah, usually when I see TIE Striker, I think, okay, that thing either has Fifth Brother or it's Vagabond with proxy mines. So this is new, but I think it should be interesting. We know thermals are popular, so I don't know what I think about them really, because they're not guaranteed.
Right.
But you can get 2 of them.
Yeah, and it's just because it's cheap.
Yeah.
It's cheap. The Striker has a slot. It's a kind of like, hey, I got the points. Why not? What's the worst that can happen? It doesn't hit, I guess. But if you can,
you hit
I think
yourself and it doesn't hit them.
That's true. But it could also, one of the value of bombs is forcing your opponent to possibly fly differently than like suboptimal moves, right? If they're trying to play against the bomb rather than play against your squad, you could end up being in weird places, which depending on what the squad is, you might need to play for the bomb. Like that is something that definitely happens. You have a bunch of low hull ships. That could be bad, especially, you're rolling thermal detonators and you end up getting like half your TIE swarm in there or something. That's a bad day.
Yeah, especially because thermals can also give out strain.
Mm-hmm.
So a ship like CLT Obi that gets strained, that could be some pain for the Jedi.
Now, as we're waiting for our players here to get their planning phase completed, I want to remind you that all of our games today were brought to you by Co-op Print Yards. Use that coupon code GSP for 15% off. Shout out to Co-op Print Yards. Check them out on Instagram. Also, come check out Gold Squadron Podcast as well. I like to drop some like behind the scenes stuff. I will tell you, as we get the studio set up, I'm going to be posting more pictures of me getting that stuff ready to go. And little by little, I have painters coming in the first week of February. So excited about that, because just trying to start fresh from these not so great tenants we had, and just start fresh and clean, and then everything goes up.
So where do you think that Gold Squadron Trooper is going to go this turn? Because he's got the Tracers, which is a force multiplier that 4 V-Wings probably really needs in the fight. But he's sitting there in the back. And the V-Wing, or the Torrent dial, is not exactly great.
Yeah, the Torrent is troublesome. I think I'd prefer it.
In a perfect world, it engages range
First,
3
right?
of everything the V-Wings are trying to shoot at the same turn they do. So that way you get the Tracers off from relative safety, or as safe as you can get.
Mm-hmm.
And then the V-Wings go in. But given the Brutes are shooting first, and if you're taking a focus to try to get those Tracers off and it gets stripped from, the synced lasers, I don't know.
Yeah, I think I would. You either want that V-Wing to engage, like you said, range 3, and then the V-Wings are at range 2, so they're getting quality shots, or you have the Torrent in the lead, right? But then all the other ships are also in range, because of course, if they're not in range to get the target lock, then that's sad news. You may have wasted the Tracer.
Yeah. And there's also the question of when the V-Wings engage, where do you want Obi-Wan shooting? Do you want him still chasing Duchess?
Mm-hmm.
Or do you want him using R7A7 on the Brutes who don't have shields? Apart from Lighten, but...
Yes. Now, one thing I want to talk about this engagement here. Looks like they're ready to go. Here we go. So it looks like the red and green V-Wings are going to be getting into the cloud here. We got that one hard. Now, as they're moving these ships, one of the things I want to talk about is on last Wednesday, we actually experimented for the first time playing on a round mat. I'm not sure if anybody caught that. I know there's a lot more people watching now than were on Wednesday, but it was really interesting. Those VODs are available now to all of our subscribers to watch, but it'll be uploaded onto Twitch here probably in about a week or so. Oh, man. So the
5 straights.
I'm surprised to see those V-Wings go so hard.
I mean, it's aggressive, but I think he's counting on those brutes, not being able to turn in because of that rock.
Mm-hmm. Taking the reinforce in the front.
I mean, solid choice. I don't think there's any way that brute can get a shot, or this one for that matter.
Yep, and a note, the TIE brutes can only put their arc in the front or the back.
And here's Lighton actually turning in.
All right, so she'll be able to get a decent shot here. Sync laser cannon shot.
Yeah. And because she engages before the V-Wings, I think a target lock here is probably better than whatever else she's considering, because she'll get 2 calculates most likely from the targeting assist.
Yep. And Lazar is aware. He knows. Gonna go ahead and do the front V-Wing. V as in Victor.
And V-Wing's gonna get hurt.
All right, Duchess not going to have a follow-up shot there, but right now, Lazar's playing pretty cagey with her. Trying
That's
to get
your
her to the
endgame
end.
piece.
Exactly.
You can't give free shots on that. But here comes Obi-Wan.
And Obi-Wan, able to cut in between those obstacles, will have some shots onto Leighton as well. Obi-Wan is CLT, and I think that bullseye might just barely be on that top right corner.
Looks like it clips, yeah.
There's a target lock. Target lock is a good action for Jedi, especially if they have Force available to use on offense.
Kind of aggressive on a CLT Jedi, though, especially because Lighton can, with the sync laser cannon, deny the range 3 bonus. And with only having 2 Force for both offense and defense.
Decisions. These TIE brutes have 9 hold. You got to start working them at some point. I think if he's worried about the defense, you just spend the lock. Just spend the lock and on both eyeballs and see what you get.
Yep.
Is he willing to spend 1? Yeah, there you go.
Oh, and it looks like an R7A7 too.
Yes. Oh, crap. And the R7A7 did trigger there for anybody who's not aware of that. That's a droid that's on Obi-Wan Kenobi. While you perform an attack, you may spend 1 charge to change 1 hit to a crit.
So Obi-Wan at 1 Force, but that's going to punch pretty hard.
Jonah, can you ping the Force? Make sure that he flips it. All right, here's that range 2 shot with sync laser cannon going at that yellow V-Wing.
Although now that I'm actually thinking about it, Lighton took a target lock on that V-Wing, which means Obi-Wan's target lock was actually safer than I assumed because Lighton called her shot before he moved.
Exactly. Now, the crits that we had here, we had a damage engine on Lighton and a fuel leak. So bad and worse.
R7A7 likes that fuel leak.
Mm-hmm. There's damage engine, increasing the difficulty of those maneuvers. And fuel leak also adding some extra danger there from Obi-Wan. After you suffer critical damage, suffer another one. 1 hit. Sorry, words are hard. Blank focus. Converts for 1. Yeah, don't have any. We got to calculate out there. We're good. We're fine. And we're back to planning. So taking some really nasty crits here in the opening for Lazar.
Yeah. And the V-Wing's not taking any damage in return. Kind of hurts.
Mm-hmm. And here's the thing. Drew made the right call when going with those V-Wings at, even though he didn't get any damage on those the red and yellow ones, being able to see the opportunity with that rock there, the fact that those type brutes were not going to be able to make it around there on time, shows a heads-up play.
I completely missed it. I was focused on how do I get that formation back together, and yet... Although that torrent's still in a bit of an awkward spot. Just because, I mean, we assume the brutes are turning in to get a shot.
Mm-hmm.
So, lighten probably 1 forwards, fixes the fuel leak or something along those lines. Actually, I don't know the brood style. Do they have a 1 forward?
They do. I'm like 98% sure.
Yes, they do.
Confirmed.
The voice of God.
I think that's the nicest compliment I've heard all day. By the way, I'm loving this commentary. It's like really in depth. This is a really cool game to watch.
There's a lot going on here because these ships, the V-Wings are something that we haven't seen too much of, so it's nice to see them on the board. And the fact that Drew isn't flying them in a perfect formation, like in a block, I think makes it a little bit more interesting. He's more using them in pairs. And the whole point of today's, the getting each of these players a specific ship was trying to find what are some possibilities for list building for these ships that we're not seeing. And maybe this is the idea, is that maybe you bring them in sets of 2. Even though he has 4 of them, but maybe, ranking them in sets of 2 might be better than, trying to fly a full swarm, or maybe better than just 1. Just trying to get these ideas that we can start to formulate into list building. Because I know sometimes what I notice is that as metas evolve, we do find things that are really good, but sometimes it does narrow the vision of what people bring, and some cards that might end up being good end up getting ignored. So just trying to open up the mind.
People have been focusing a lot on click or contrail with the good abilities and trying to make those work. But the chassis itself seems like consensus seems, this isn't good, and yet it is. It's a 3 agility, Z95 with an interceptor dial. It's solid. It's just outclassed, I think, by the torrent, and so people dismissed it. Whereas here you've forced over half the list to be V-Wings.
Yep.
So it should give them a pretty solid chance to prove everybody wrong.
I have actually run the math on the V-Wings, and with 3 agility and 2 shields, they're supposed to be more durable than the Torrents. It might not always feel that way, but remember, the V-Wings have 4, and the Torrents only have 5, but they have an extra agility. So I think that is a big difference. And they can drop bombs.
Yeah, I think the reason I think of Torrents as more durable is they have evade and barrel roll link evade, and the V-Wing doesn't.
Yeah, I see that.
So it's that value in not only the raw dice efficiency and how that affects defense, but being able to barrel roll for a block and take an evade, take away a shot from somebody, and you're being more defensive. That can end up being having a lot of value there. But man, the dial is kind of bad. So on the torrent, so you got to make sure you plan that approach.
Yeah. Although having a quote unquote swarm ship with the V-Wing, with a boost, you can get that swarm in a lot of like mean places, just out of nowhere.
Now, Drew putting arcs in a lot of different places this turn, trying to cover the different angles at which these TIE brutes and maybe even Duchess could end up being at.
Yeah, and this red brute seems to have not gotten out of most of the shots.
Red and yellow, looking at that brown V-wing. Be scared, little man. Be scared.
Yep. And I don't really see any good way to cover that, like that V-wing, because the Torrent offensively probably isn't much of a threat to a brute. Obi-Wan can come in to use his ability to keep that focus on there for all three of the shots coming that V-wing's way.
Mm-hmm.
But that just burns through Obi-Wan's force, which you really don't want to do for a V-wing.
Duchess getting
and
turned
with Duchess
in.
here. Yeah. Oh, and Obi-Wan coming around.
So we'll likely see the boost here.
Probably. And the question there becomes, is it a fine-tuned boost or a regular boost? Because do you want to get Obi-Wan back up to all 3 force for next turn?
I think I would.
Not.
I would take the target lock. Yep, there it is.
Okay.
Fine-tune target lock. I like that. And here we go. Duchess getting first shot here. Going into the red V-wing. 3 dice. Got the average. Expected 1.
I think she might be considering Ruthless on Lighten.
That's pretty aggressive. It's a Predator reroll. Wait, no, what? That was weird. Okay, no, it was Ruthless.
Yeah.
But why? Well.
Oh, the Lighten Dree reroll. That's right.
Lay-in reroll. Wrecked. Commentator wrecked. All right, so able to get hit crit out of that.
And the V-Wing taking 1 shield. And now for the frightening shots.
Yep, going range 1. Remember, the TIE Brute's able to get a couple of calculates using the target assist. Oh, only able to convert 2 from that range 1 shot. And Ruthless, there's Ruthless all across this entire list, just looking for 3 all the time. Doing it.
Did he just Ruthless himself or red shooting?
Yeah, it was red shooting.
Okay.
Ruthless damage on yellow. Got 2 evades again after spending the focus. Another shield off of Brown. Or sorry, first shield off of Brown. And now here's the yellow Brute going range 1. Spend a calculate.
That's 3. Taking 2. Still alive, though.
Unable to clear that V-Wing off the board. Makes him sad.
I mean, Lighten still got her shot.
That's true. But taking 3 shots and also having to lose 2 of your own hull to try to do it, that feels bad.
Yeah.
And that's the strength of 3 agility, right? Like you have the possibility of swinging those dice that way for you.
Yeah.
So are we going to get to spend the calculate? Or are we going
I think he's considering whether he wants to Lighten reroll or spend, yeah. Because he may have wanted to keep that calculate for defense from the Torrent.
Yeah. Well, he was able to go ahead, get that damage in.
And there's a dead V-Wing.
Yeah, and looking at the angles, he also saved himself a shot, most likely, with Brown not being able to shoot at Leighton.
Yes. probably only taking the shot from the torrent. No, definitely, actually, now that I'm looking at it. And it looks like the Republic list only has the 2 shots, the torrent and red.
Mm-hmm. Torrent has a focus on this shot. 2-on-1. Just 1 hit. No mods available. Takes another damage. So laying down the 5 hole total. No, not 5, 4. Already down to half points there. Oh no, down to 3? He has a stack of 3 cards there. 3, 4, 5. 3 hole on laying. There was a lot of shenanigans went on that turn.
He does have a hull and a shield upgrade.
Oh, a hull and a shield. Look at this. So then he's 3, 4, 5. He's at 9. So he's at 4 hull. Right? Is that correct? 3, 4, 5, 9, 5 is 4.
I think
3,
he's
4,
at
5,
5.
6. If he's taken 6 damage from 10 health, he should be at 4 hull.
It's 6 damage? I only see 5 here.
2 crits and a stack of 3.
2 plus 3 is 5.
And then the
Right.
shield.
Oh, and then, sorry. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
It
these
takes a
things don't
village.
normally have shields.
No worries. So
They're TIE fighters. Who expects shields on a TIE fighter?
that's right. And Hello World asking no tracer missile. I think what Drew was trying to do, he was looking at the value and saying, hey, I don't have follow-up shots after the torrent shot. So he was just trying to dig in some damage because Leighton's already, down the 4, right? We already got those half points there. Though the target lock setting up, could be valuable for the upcoming turns. I guess it's...
Well, there's also Leighton's almost dead. And if he shot red or yellow with the tracer, green and Obi-Wan probably don't get target lock.
Mm-hmm.
So it may just have been a value proposition of I don't get max value from it, so I'm not going to shoot it.
Now, Obi-Wan is in an absolutely fantastic pursuing position, but at the same time, Duchess could get kind of squirrely here. You got to remember those ailerons really give you a lot of possibilities.
With Duchess, honestly, I think just a 1 hard with no ailerons, just to, Obi-Wan's turning in. We know this.
Yep.
So let's just look him in the face.
Now, of course, if Obi-Wan also did a 1 hard, that could be, they'd just be facing off there.
Yeah. And if Obi-Wan wants to get out, he probably sacrifices the shot on Duchess.
Yep.
Because barrel roll then boost.
If he does a larger turn, if he does a 2 hard, he might actually be able to barrel roll boost into a shot. He's got to watch out for that one too. We'll see what he does.
And there's also the matter of those 2 torrents converging on where Duchess is.
Mm-hmm.
So the 1 hard is very aggressive and probably not the right play. But I still like it because, it's aggressive. We want blood. We want red dice.
Give me dice. Now, by the way, I wanted to mention, I know some people have asked before, how can I play on stream? Anybody can do it. All you got to do is be a part of our Discord, and we have a channel, a category that says Play on GSP Live, and there is a channel in there that is labeled. I want to make sure I actually read the correct wording here. Oh, where did it go? There it is. The stream sign up. You just click a couple of buttons there to let me know that you're interested in playing, and it's that easy. ! Discord to join the Discord channel, and have your chance to play on GSP Live soon. It's been awesome. Thank you to everybody who's taken the time to play. Kenneth, you've played before?
A couple times, yes.
Yeah.
Most recently, I was beating you on Roundabout Christmas.
That's right. Smacking me around. I remember. And you know what? That's fine. I'm here for people's entertainment. All right?
Yeah. And if people want to watch me get smacked around on the stream, they can just go watch Fawn, make it look like I don't know how to play this game.
It happens. It happens to the best of us.
I've got some pretty bad streams on Nickel City X-Wing, so yeah, we all got them.
So 39 minutes and change here. Just waiting for the last couple dials. All right, here we go. We are dropping some thermal debts. Trying to threaten the Obi-Wan Kenobi.
And there, if Duchess does the one hard now, I think that probably... Oh, never mind, it gets blocked.
Oof, yeah.
That looks like a net for Duchess there.
Yep. Now remember, she does have the ailerons, and Duchess's ability says that she has the ability to either use them or not whenever she feel like it, essentially. Also,
if she doesn't use them, though, she probably gets blocked into her own thermal detonator.
This is true. But also depends on what you're assuming that she's doing the one hard. You know, it depends on what she's actually doing.
Well, like one hard, two straight, probably a two bank also gets blocked. And if she went fast enough, she's just in the net anyway.
And here's the red type route going to the outside. Rotate. Get another rotate there.
Ooh, that Torrent's going to have a bad day.
Now Leighton did hit the cloud. I don't think their arc is pointed to the back, right?
It's not, and there's a strain there. But depending on where Duchess ends up, that may not matter too much because I doubt Leighton's going to get shot if Duchess is available.
All right, here, and the three bank.
Ooh.
Hit the rock. That feels bad. Takes a crit.
And a crit.
Ah.
No, Duchess.
Duchess, no. That is a wounded pilot. Wounded pilot. I mean, oh, crap. I hit the wrong button again. Hate when I do that.
Yeah. Like for that, I may have liked to see the ailerons bank right so you bump and maybe get around the rock there. But Duchess still taking 2 shots. Maybe survives.
And here begin the shots. Getting those calculates from the targeting assist. Range 1 on the Gold Squadron Trooper. Trooper only has a focus token. This is going to be a 3-on-2 shot. Got 1. Could convert 1. Here's a Leighton rerolls. 3 hits.
Takes 2.
And those are the first 2 damage on that torrent. We got another shot here. Could potentially get those half points from the yellow brute into the Gold Squadron Trooper. One, two, three, and ooh, looking good.
Spend both calculates.
Yep.
Guarantee that crit and half points.
All right, that
Only
crit
get the
goes
crit and half
through.
points.
And the crit is damage sensor rate, completely taking away the evade option for those torrents, which is really popular.
And the barrel roll.
Yeah.
Ooh, now who do you shoot here? Do you shoot Leighton with the strain and the obstruction, or do you shoot at the range 3 brute?
The brute has a calculate out there.
The yellow one does not. It spent both.
Then I go at yellow.
It looks like he shot Leighton.
Ends up paying off, and it's a crit.
Which means 2 damage.
Yes. Loose stabilizer, and it's a loose stabilizer. Oh my goodness.
Ooh.
So not only does Leighton, oh my god, I hit it again. Not only does he end up taking the damage from the fuel leak, but additionally end up affecting those maneuvers.
Oh, this shot into Leighton is unobstructed, but do you shoot Duchess here? Well, she can't shoot back or do anything about it.
I like it.
Especially because Duchess is range 1.
Yeah, but the temptation might be you have only 2 hull left on Leighton as well. So,
true. And Leighton's
just
actually a more expensive ship than Duchess.
Yeah.
Which is weird to me because Duchess is usually loaded out.
Was able to get the hit crit. Leighton gets the evade. A double damage.
Chance. But this does guarantee Leighton's doing a straight maneuver or he dies.
Got a blinded pilot. Safe.
Turns off her ability there.
So Leighton being able to stay alive 1 extra turn does force Drew to have to spend some resources turning that way and actually clearing it off the board. That's one that is one I think an underrated consequence for when you have a ship left at 1 hull, because your opponent has to spend.
I'm not so sure in this case he does though, because Leighton has to go over the gas cloud. It's between the nubs. And she has to go straight, and the turret's pointed forward. So that means that's 2 turns of her going straight, and then if she doesn't fix the loose stabilizer, there's a 3rd turn of going straight with her arc pointed forward. So he can focus on the other brutes, cleaning them up, and then deal with Leighton when Leighton has to come around.
Yep. Very, very true. Especially you also have the space potato in the way.
Yeah. That's that rock there.
Yeah.
Right in her. Oh. Yeah, she is gonna hit that rock if she doesn't die. Ooh.
Get your taters. Get your taters.
This match brought to you by the state of Idaho.
All right, we got 30 minutes left here. I want to remind everybody this is our last game of the afternoon. Got my Saturday family time coming up. Hopefully everybody is doing well and wherever they are in the world. Giving you some Saturday morning / afternoon, or if you're in Europe, the Saturday evening. Reasonable GSP stream time, as has been noted. And we want to remind you guys, we'll be live next week, and we'll be starting an hour later our stream because we have our first qualifier for the Gold Squadron Flight Club Championships. Our first qualifier, the Alpha Qualifier, will be going on. And we'll be streaming that live here, of course. But I want to remind you that if you want to play in said qualifier, you have up until the day before to get your ticket. And if you have already purchased it, I will say there are more people who have purchased the ticket than are registered on the site. So make sure that you've gone through those PDF instructions and read through all the steps you got to do. It's not just buying the ticket. There's some additional things we need you to do to make sure that we have your address, to be able to ship you the prizes and get you signed up on TTT. If you need help with any of that, let me know. I did make a video on our YouTube channel that shows how to sign up. It kind of goes through the steps. So if you need help with that, just let me know. And I'm looking forward to seeing people battle it out in our new championship series.
I'm really excited because this is a tournament that's in my time zone, so I can wake up at a normal time.
Yes, we have.
Not have to be waking up at like 4 for crate and then 5 for Coruscant. It's like, no, I don't like waking up this early.
Yeah, we have 2 qualifiers in the LA time zone, 2 qualifiers in the UK time zone, and all 3 championships are taking place in the New York time zone. Just kind of, I went like, left, right, and center for what made sense off of looking at how the Galaxy's entries were. Kind of that distribution is how I made my decision on the locations for the Flight Club events. And here's Duchess dropping those bombs, deciding to drop loose not just one, but both of them.
Well, if Obi-Wan went slow here, it's going to be hard for him to get away.
Yeah, you could end up being half points just by bombs.
Oh, yeah.
Small.
Also, that yellow V-Wing is not in a great position to pursue Duchess, and neither really is the green one. So, if the green one tries to pursue, it's going to have to K-turn, which means it's going to be getting close to those bombs.
And
it's just a good way to cover her escape.
First V-Wing ends up going 3 straight. Has the boost option, maybe?
I think if it wants to boost, it has to boost left.
And it's just going to end up taking the focus here.
Oh, reconsidering.
Oh, not. Actually, I think not.
And there's the boost. Is he going to link it to a lock? He is not. Rather stay unstressed. Ooh. Looks like he's hard committing to kill Leighton this turn. Or just running away from the bombs.
Rolls a crit on the Cloud. No effect there on crits. 3 turn from this V-Wing. Trying to put some pressure onto Duchess. Has the option to barrel roll. There it is. No reason to take those bombs.
There's also a decent blocking position for wherever Duchess may want to go. Although it looks like that torrent pretty close to those bombs, maybe eaten one.
Leighton moves forward. Rolls for strain, and he's going to be strained. 0 agility, 1 health. That yellow V-Wing, all it's got to do is roll a single hit.
Talon roll from this one.
Trying to bring those arcs to bear.
Well, the arc's pointed backwards, so there's still no shot from them, but it's a better position to re-engage, I think. They're not Resistance A-Wings. They can't just always do whatever they want. Duchess turning in.
It's time to get aggressive. I mean, right now, even though Lazar is up on points, he's very quickly can lose that lead.
Yeah. And he's also only taking like at most 2 shots depending on where Obi-Wan goes. And Obi-Wan just nopes out of there.
Good anticipation on Drew's side. Excuse me. And taking a focus, might be able to just reach that back corner of the Brute, not sure. And here we go. Like you said, looks like that Torrent's going to be taking both bombs.
Yeah. That's unfortunate for him.
Rolls
There's
a
one
crit.
more. Oh, and Duchess takes this one.
Oh, no. And takes a strain.
So the Torrent survives, just. But it doesn't, like, it's got a shot into a Strain Duchess, range 1, but it has no mods.
Here we go. Duchess going into the red. V-Wing. Only one. Didn't get anything out of the Leighton reroll.
Want to kill Leighton just for the BM with the Ruthless?
Yeah, I think he did it.
Oh.
Spent the focus. Plus the Ruthless.
And red boosted. It has no mods, so it's taken 3.
Yep. And yeah, this is a focus. 1 evade, 2 focus. 1 evade, 1 focus, and a blank.
Oh, that kills it.
Yeah.
It already taken a damage.
Gone.
So you trade your 1 health, probably going to die, Strained Leighton for all the points on a V-Wing.
That's strong.
That's
strong play.
29 points for about 26.
Mm-hmm.
So while not a great trade in your favor, still pretty solid.
Obi on the corner here. Able to shoot at Leighton.
Ooh.
Blanks.
Taking hit crit. And there's no trades anywhere else on these brutes, just on Leighton.
Yep. So we'll go ahead and add 1 damage to Leighton to get her cleared off the overlay, and we'll get our updated score here. Some more damage.
It looks like the crit was a panicked pilot.
Oh, panic pilot over there.
Triple stress. That arc's staying back for a while.
So the yellow brute still has 5 hull there. So not bad, not bad.
Yeah.
Duchess hoping to survive. Looks to have taken
Only takes the 1.
damage. So Duchess is at half now.
Yeah.
So score, Drew able to pull ahead this round. Lazar 72, Drew 78.
Duchess has a wounded pilot, correct? Did she roll for stress on her focus?
I'm not entirely sure.
I think so, yeah. Okay.
Oh, you pinged the car, Jonah? I didn't see it. Nice. All right. Squadron M is right. It was an eyeball. I remember seeing. I was like, "What is that roll for?" I'm not entirely sure, but I'm just gonna ignore it and keep going. Yes.
I just didn't see the roll. And speaking of crits, that panicked pilot on the now triple stress TIE brute with its arc pointed away from the fight. I'm not so sure what you do with that, because you turn one way and an Obi-Wan jumps on you, but if you turn toward Obi-Wan, then the V-Wings jump on you.
Yeah, it's unfortunate. So anybody who isn't aware of the ship ability, even though he has that forward-facing cannon, your cannon shoots and is coordinated with your turret arc. So while it's awesome that you can shoot the turret out the back, in this situation, when you are unable to flip that turret arc back and forth, that means you can't shoot your front arc cannon anymore. It's gone.
Also, unlike the SF, which has a native front arc primary,
Yep.
the TIE brute does not. That's one thing I get confused constantly when facing these things is just thinking they have like the same thing as an SF because their chip ability is basically the same.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. One thing, if we have a couple of these videos on our YouTube channel, where called the Shipyards, where we make some predictions on what we think ships are going to look like, and I feel like I did a pretty decent job guessing on the TIE Brute. Some people didn't believe me that I thought it was going to be as thick as it is. I was right on that one. I was right about the calculate shenanigans, and also some of the and the rotating function as well. I didn't catch the cannon though, but it was good. It's fun to make those. I have a couple other one of those in the works for things that aren't released yet, and that haven't been announced. So I'm curious how I end up doing on those. But it's always fun to speculate.
I kind of want to see one for the Razor Crest.
That is the planned next one on the way. And oh my gosh, I am looking forward to that comment section because I know people are going to disagree with me. Oh my goodness.
I mean, it's a very popular show. People will have opinions.
Oh, opinions, let them come.
Star Wars fans, opinions? No. What are you talking about?
Yeah, you're right. On second thought, that doesn't really track.
We're such an agreeable fandom, you know?
Oh, man. Well, Dutch is getting aggressive here. We got a V-Wing sandwich, Imperial bread. Let's go.
Yeah, but none of these brutes can shoot, though, because the red one bumped and couldn't rotate its arc.
Huh? Oh, no. Wait, I'm almost done. All right, Obi-Wan Kenobi banking in
for the kill.
Obi-Wan, discipline him. Get it.
Obi-Wanda.
Exactly. You picked it up. You picked it up. You know what? I honestly think my mom would be pretty upset if she knew I made that joke. But it's fine. She doesn't watch. I should be okay. I love you, Mom, just in case you do. And going for the barrel roll, saying, no, there's no reason to be shot right now.
Also, I think that Bullseye's Duchess, and the way CLT works, that shot might still be unobstructed.
Mm-hmm. Here we go. Duchess trying to get mean here. Got 3 hits. Are you willing to spend the focus?
I think you just ruthless the Yellow Brute.
Oh, yeah, that's correct.
Oh, ruthlessing the red one instead.
Ah, gone. Just gone. Oh, one out of the box.
Oh,
has a focus.
And now the interesting question here is: does Obi-Wan keep that focus around for offense?
For the V-Wing, yes, because he's in Obi-Wan's arc, right? So you could have.
It's range
or in range, excuse me.
But it does not look like it. Unobstructed CLT.
Duchess clenching, only has 2 hull left there. Set that focus to the side because of CLT, and has a target lock. Gonna go ahead and spend it.
Only spending on the blank though.
It's gonna go ahead and just spend both. And got her.
With an R7A7.
So that'll be hit crit on the way out for Duchess. Takes a wounded pilot on the way out. Oh, hi, CC.
So that's both wounded pilots on Duchess. She is very hurt.
Very hurt.
And
so
also dead.
wounded. The most wounded of pilots. Next shot here. 1 hit, 2 focuses.
Now, if he had kept that focus with Obi-Wan,
Yeah.
And 2 brutes versus almost the world.
Yeah, I mean, at this point, let's talk about the matchup. So,
yeah,
the V-Wings had a good matchup in this because you had low agility ships that you were shooting into. Even though they were thick, you had the advantage of numbers, and were able also to, of course, you can't deny it, got some really good crits in the opening that really hurt Lazar going into the mid game.
Also, 2 dice versus 1 agility, you're probably still going to be doing significant damage there.
Mm-hmm.
And even Duchess, the ace of the Imperial list, only has 2 agility. So if you catch her, she's pretty easy to hit, comparatively.
Now, it's
just the problem there is catching her.
Yeah, exactly. Now, somebody in the chat had asked, how old is my doggy who's sitting in my lap right now? This is Cece, and she is 10 years old. My old lady. She's just little. I know she looks like a puppy. She's just little. Alrighty. Well, that yellow V-Wing, grateful for its life. That clone might live to another battle.
Came real close.
Mm-hmm. Man, that panic pilot though, that is killer. It's gonna be another couple turns.
Well, if he did like something like a 2 bank or a 2 turn to the right, ship right, that at least get him an arc on that yellow V-Wing.
Yep.
And he'd still be stressed, which means no calculates. But honestly, I think just any shot at this point is better than no shot, like that red brute's gonna have. Now 1 bank from Obi. Does that barrel roll right fit? I don't think so.
No.
Anyway, I'm not so sure you do that because it gives you CLT, but if you want it modified with more than just a single force, you'd have to.
You gotta focus.
Fine-tuned.
Yep. Sir, Dr. Mr. Love, yes, V-Wings do have 3 agility. 2 hits. And that is going to be another one into the yellow Onyx Squadron Sentry. He does have a shot out the back. We'll see if he'll be able to take care of the V-Wing. Hit crit. Ah.
Is he going at the V-Wing or at Obi-Wan?
Oh, you're right. Oh, natties! Natties!
I'm not so sure it matters anymore. Whoever it was can claim plot armor. The 1 health clone who got away with his life, or Obi-Wan, who's a main character.
One
and
hit.
The little torrent that could.
That's right. Just keep plinking away.
Denied.
And I think did he ruthless the red Onyx for that as well?
He did.
He did, right? So that red Onyx is now down to 7 hull. That feels bad. Taking damage on your own list and getting nothing out of it. Man.
Yeah. It would have at least felt better if he forced something like some mod to be spent.
Yeah, exactly. You got absolutely nothing.
This game is really... Go ahead.
No, I was just going to point out that Obi-Wan didn't have any mods, so that's probably where he shot into, but irrelevant now.
I was going to say, this list is really making me want to try out Ruthless.
Yeah, I mean,
Ruthless with a Decimator nearby is funny.
if you have the health, like it is a really solid card. It really is, and that you often see it in the 4 type brute lists as well. Like people using that health as an offensive resource, because if you can overwhelm a even against a swarm, if you can use Ruthless to get 3 hits 4 times in a row and be able to clear 2 or 3 ships in a single engagement, that health that you trade could end up being 100% worth it.
Yeah, and even if you're going with something like, I think 4 Reapers and Ruthless Duchess fits. So even something like that, where the Reapers generally are not super offensive, their health becomes modifications for Duchess, so she can evade and still have offensive presence without not really sacrificing too much.
And that torrent looks to be disengaging. 4 straight. Trying to hold on to those points, because this game is still close, 87 to 102.
Yeah, a lucky shot on the Obi-Wan swings it pretty quick.
What's the points difference right now, Jonah? Should say it on your screen there.
So Drew is leading by 15 points.
15. Yeah, I mean, so you take the other half of the
That's half of any ship, because the V-Wings are 29.
Exactly.
Which is 1 damage on that V-Wing or Torrent that's at 1 health.
Oh,
and suddenly you're...
That red Onyx fit that maneuver. Hello there. Rotate, baby. Smack up that V-Wing.
It may just target lock that Torrent in the back, or maybe even Obi-Wan. Because that way it can double mod something. And there's a target lock on Obi-Wan.
Yep. I mean, I get it, but at the same time, I don't love it. I think because of how close the points are, Obi-Wan, I guess you want to put some pressure on him so he's not, all up in your face. But see, right there, you could end up just getting a boost, and now your rotate is super sad.
Yeah. It's still 1 double modded shot. I mean, soft double mod, target lock calculate into Obi-Wan. But there's a decent enough chance that Obi-Wan just aces this. Actually, no, it's still got 5 health.
Yep, still got some chunk in there. 2 hits. Obi could use a force here.
Obi-Wan does not have any force.
Oh, he's tapped out because he just did the fine tune. He's just going to go ahead and use his droid R7A7 to change one of the hits to a crit.
And that's the last we saw of that droid.
And we got a few leak out there.
Which, now that R7A7 has no charges left, is a little less scary, but still frightening.
And here is a synced laser cannon into the torrent.
This is range 1 into Obi-Wan, I think, is where he pinged.
Lies of the Jedi. Sorry, I saw that incorrectly. Oh!
I think he pinged the torrent for I get to calculate from him.
Got it.
I'm shooting Obi-Wan.
Hit, crit. This could be pain.
Obi-Wan dodges it, though. Pretty clean.
Sad. Red Brute trying to get something out of this turn. Range 2
Sad
shot.
for the Empire, but I did actually bet on the Republic.
There you go.
Might be a little bit biased there.
Spends that calculate. That's going to be 1 more damage into that torrent, and that's going to be those points. I think Lazar is behind by 1 point now. Is that right? Got the dice right on top of that. No, sorry.
Drew is now leading by 27.
Because he got half points on the other ship. Yep.
I just walked into the other room to look at the stream that I got on my TV, and it's a little bit behind. And by a little bit, I mean like 5 minutes.
We're in the past.
Well, it's weird because I'm in the future, and I'm sure if I unmuted that TV, I'd hear my voice and yours just talking about something from way back when. back in the distant past where Obi-Wan rolled 3 evades.
Ah, so good. 5 minutes left on the clock here. I mean, it's still anybody's game, but I feel like Drew is definitely on the cusp of starting to put it away. As soon as you get probably that yellow tie brute off the board, that's going to be wrapping it up here. Put a bow on it.
Absolutely. Like, I think this green V-Wing probably just 2 straight barrel roll to block a 2 or 3 bank out of that tie brute, and Obi-Wan just 1 banks. And then you try to kill it.
The other thing I wanted to mention is right now, one of the things we've been doing in chat is with those choose your champion points. All right, with those choose your champion points, we are currently in our first season, our season 1 of Choose Your Champion, and whoever gets to 500,000 points first is going to be our season 1 champion, and will receive a special season 1 Choose Your Champion shirt. This is a t-shirt that cannot be that cannot be bought on our shop. All right, Choose Your Champion t-shirt. Right now, Runs is running away with it with 450,000 points. Really took an early lead and has been holding on to it, but has been kind of floating up and down around that 500,000 mark, but it hasn't quite hit it yet. Once we hit the 500K, we reset the points and we get to start again. Season 2.
Yeah, I remember when I think this series of points started during Coruscant, and I didn't get it. So the next stream I caught, I had 0 points, and everyone else was like, "Oh, I got like 150,000."
Yep, exactly. And the thing is, with season 2, I'm starting everybody off at 0. There is no the only way you get your points is you earn those points. Season 2 will take longer, most likely, than season 1.
Some of those bets during Galaxies were huge.
Yeah, because there was a lot of people playing, right? And there was a couple of upsets, if I'm not mistaken, as well.
Well, I seem to recall I was one of them when I beat Octor Khan. I think it was like 75-25 bets for him, and he lost.
I think no one expected the bugs in Galaxies.
I am just happy I only ever played them once, because I played a few practice matches with a friend for Coruscant where I was flying the Nantex. And God, it just felt like, the thing is, it didn't feel mean. It just felt easy. Like, I had literally never flown those ships before, and yet it felt wrong to have 6 of those things on the board.
At I-4, yeah.
Yeah.
Obi-Wan shot, range 1.
Obstructed on a strained brute.
So only 1 agility here. That converts to a hit, but it's going to be 1 damage, going down to 2. And the Tri Brute gets a chance to do something here. Give me some points. 3 dice out the primary. 2 hits. Looking for some blanks. Denied. Denied.
And he lives. He lives again.
This is unlikely to do anything. We got some targeting assists, calculates put out there, and we're going at the green V-Wing, deciding not to fire at Obi-Wan Kenobi. Though the odds are the same, aren't they?
Obi-Wan has 1 force. I don't think the V-Wing has a mod.
I see a focus sitting right next to it.
Oh, sorry. It's just the glare from that, the arc was hiding that from me.
Looks like there's no damage there. The V-Wing taking the shot. One hit. And 1 evade. We got 30 seconds left on the clock. They can end up playing one more round here, and yep, they are into the planning phase. Now, mind you, if you're playing in the Flight Club Championships, one thing to remember about a simple rules change in order to keep the schedule on time: the planning phase does not constitute a new round in a championship event, okay, or in the qualifiers. So at this point, if you were playing in a Flight Club Championship qualifier or a championship event, this is the end of the game right here. This is to avoid those,
Also,
tournament hour-long last turns.
another rules change I seem to recall you mentioning is 75-minute finals.
Correct, 75-minute finals. No more 2-hour finals. This is a flex to see if we can get AMG to change that.
I'm just gonna probably say the same thing you were, where it's 2 hours for one game, whereas every other game in the tournament is 75 minutes.
Yep.
Just not conducive to consistency.
Correct. It's a completely different game, and it's very rare where you have a quality 2-hour final. It's very rare. Yeah, it's.
Although that final from LVO with
that was quality.
Yeah. 2 hours of action followed by a 100-100 tie and a final salvo.
Yes.
Yo, and you were there live for that one, right?
I was. That was an exciting one. That was one of the last in-person ones.
Mm-hmm.
The very last in-person was the Texas one. But go ahead.
I remember you saying you still have money in your wallet from Vegas.
I do.
That's awesome.
I did. We haven't. Right, we've been stuck at home. So I have nowhere to spend it.
Just keep it there, so the next time you go to Vegas, the money is no longer in your wallet when you lose it.
I came out ahead. I think I might just be done with Vegas. Say, you know what? I like quintupled whatever I took with me, and I was like, all right, you know what? I think I'm good.
Go up, put down $10 and win something, and then now you're done. I came out ahead. I have a positive record.
That's right.
The next time I'm watching GSP and I get a payout from the bets, I'm just never watching GSP again. All done. Retired.
Now, DeSoul in the chat asking, if Lazar kills yellow and halves green, is that a win? Yes.
Yes.
Yep, that would be enough.
If he does that while losing yellow, does he still win?
No.
Lazar only needs 28 right now to lead.
No, you have to make sure that yellow type route lives if you want a chance. But Are you saying there's a chance? Yes.
Getting a target lock on Obi from yellow. Oh, and the turn away. Probably to guarantee no blocks there while he can spin the turret and still have a mod.
Obi-Wan with the K-turn. What? A little greedy there. Little greedy. But he got a shot.
Just has a shot. Yeah, I would have, what I was thinking with Obi-Wan was he sloops there to try to line up a bullseye on something like this move.
Able to spend the force, though, and it works out. Got the 2, and that is the game. It is impossible for Lazar to make up the difference there. But these are emotional shots now. This is for pride.
Does the plot armor hold for the yellow V-Wing?
Spend calculate for 2. It does not.
And he dies.
Dead. Right at the end here. Yellow V-Wing off the table. Well, congratulations to Drew getting the W there in our 4th game this Saturday afternoon. Good games. Hey, Kenneth, man, thank you so much for hanging out with me today.
Thanks for letting me hang out. I enjoy doing stuff on a empty Saturday afternoon.
There you go. And shout out to Jonah. Jonah on the stats all day today. He killed it. Good job, man.
Thanks, Dion. I appreciate it. It's been awesome, seeing all these great games. And they're asking, what is the score? And so we have Drew at 151, Lazar 114.
Boom.
Very respectable for both players.
Oh, yeah.